If you like the video, please subscribe Technical PCT channel and click the bell icon to get the latest videos.
Light ray. If there is no XY surface, the light ray travels along straight line path A, O and C. Because of the presence of the surface XY, the light ray travels from A to O, O to B. Angle of incidence I, angle of reflection R, angle of deviation D. And also, yesterday we derived the equation, angle of deviation is given by R. D is equal to 180 minus 2I, or D is equal to 180 minus 2R. We can use any equation. All the three are correct. For calculating the angle of deviation in case of reflection, D is equal to 180 minus I plus R. D is equal to 180 minus 2I. D is equal to 180 minus 2R. Because according to the second law of reflection, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. I value is equal to R. We did two problems also yesterday. So instead of R, I can keep I plus I, 2I. Instead of R, I can keep R plus R, 2R. For the angle of deviation. Now consider the special case. What is that special case? For normal incidence. Normal incidence. We have to calculate. We have to calculate the angle of deviation. Model 1 or case 1. So this is the surface. XY is the surface. ON is the normal. ON is the normal. Normal incidence. Normal incidence means the light ray is falling in the direction of normal. AO is also along the same line. AO is also along the same line. Normal incidence. So in this case, what is the value of I? I is equal to 0. See this diagram. From where to where I is measured? I is measured between the normal and the incident ray. Here, normal and incident ray are along the same line. So I is equal to 0. If I is equal to 0, automatically R is equal to 0. If R is equal to 0, then D is equal to 180 minus 2I. D is equal to 180 minus 0. D is equal to 180 only. Angle of deviation is 180 degrees. This value is 180, means the reflected ray will also be along the same line. OB is also along the same line, but in opposite direction. Opposite to the incident ray. Incident ray from A to O, reflected ray from O to B. O to B. In the case of normal incidence, to my knowledge, important case for solving the problems. In case of normal incidence, which and which are going to coincide? Normal is going to coincide with incident ray and also the reflected ray. reflected ray will lie along the same line. I value 0, R value 0, D value 180 minus 2i. I value already 0. 180 minus 0 is 180. It will retrace its path. The incident ray will retraces its path. So what is the conclusion in case of normal incidents? This is the diagram. Conclusion. The first point, incident ray, normal and reflected ray lies along same line. Second conclusion, the reflected ray retraces its path. Reflected ray retraces its path. What will be the angle of deviation? Angle of deviation is 180 between the actual path of the light ray and the reflected ray. If there is no surface, this must be the actual path of the light ray. What is the angle between the reflected ray and the actual path of the light ray? That is 180. 180. Normal incidence case. Take the snapshot. We will go to the next concept on deviation itself. Consider the second one, second concept, second model. What is that one? Now the light ray grazes the surface. Model number 2. Concept number 2. This is the surface XY. This is the normal. To learn reflection, compulsory, normal, the direction of the normal away from the surface. The light ray incidence grazing the first surface. Grazing the surface. We have to find angle of deviation. What is meant by grazing the first surface or grazing the surface? Grazing the surface means the light ray falls onto the surface, touching the surface. AO is the incident ray. Touching the surface, previously normal to the surface. Then what is the angle of incidence? We know the angle of incidence is measured between the incident ray and the normal. If the light ray grazes the surface, then what is the angle of incidence? The angle of incidence is equal to 90 degrees. This is the angle of incidence. This is the incident ray. This is the normal. The angle between the incident ray and the normal is the angle of incidence. Now if I is equal to 90, what is the value of R? R value is also equal to 90 according to law of reflection. Angle I is equal to angle R. I is equal to 90. R is equal to 90. Means this is also 90. This is the reflected ray OB. Reflected ray OB. Then what is the angle of deviation? Angle of deviation is equal to 180 minus 2i. I value 90. Substitute I value 90. If we substitute I value 90, 180 minus 180. 180 minus 180 is equal to how much? It is equal to 0. Means angle of deviation is 0. Is 0. That means the actual path of the light ray will also lies along the same line. Along the same line. OB and the OC will coincide. Angle of deviation is equal to 0. Second case, grazing the surface. Or yesterday we discussed that angle of grazing. First case, normal incidence case. The second case, grazing the surface case. In the first case, angle of deviation is 180. In the second case, the angle of deviation is 0. Two special cases. In case of the reflection, calculation of angle of deviation. Take the screenshot for second case. We will move to the next concept. Next concept. One second. Now consider this one, where the reflection will take place. Before going to mirrors concept, one more important concept I want to tell. What is that one? So, law of reflection in vector form. Law of reflection in vector form. Up to now we saw law of reflection in scalar form. That is, angle I is equal to angle R. That is in scalar form. Now I am going to derive the expression for the reflected ray in vector form. Slightly typical, try to understand. This is the normal. This is the surface xy. xy is the surface. ON is the normal. ON is the normal. AO is the incident ray. OB is the reflected ray. In this diagram, xy represents the surface or the interface. AO represents incident ray. OB represents reflected ray. ON represents normal. In order to understand this one, we must know the basic things in vectors chapter. Unit vector in the direction of given vector. Unit vector. The unit vector is that vector whose magnitude is unity. I am using this concept. I am using parallelogram law. Subtraction of two vectors. Subtraction of two vectors. Let us suppose that the angle of incidence is theta. If the angle of incidence is theta, the angle of reflection is also theta. Angle I is equal to angle R. They are one and the same. Let us consider E1 cap is the unit vector in the direction of incident ray. E2 cap is the unit vector in the direction of reflected ray. N cap is the unit vector in the direction of normal. Once I repeat, if you concentrate, you can understand. E1 cap, unit vector in the direction of incident ray. E2 cap, unit vector in the direction of the reflected ray. N cap, the unit vector in the direction of that is normal. This one and this one will be given. We have to find this one. Asked in JEE Mains number of times, NEET examination. I am deriving that formula using vectors concept. What is E1 cap? E1 cap, unit vector in the direction of incident ray. What is its magnitude? Because it is unit vector, magnitude is 1. Magnitude. E2 cap, unit vector in the direction of reflected ray. What is its magnitude? It is also 1 because it is unit vector. N cap, this is unit vector along normal. Along normal. Magnitude of E1 cap 1. Magnitude of E2 cap 1. My intention to find out E2 cap. E2 cap in terms of E1 cap and N cap. And N cap. We know parallelogram now. If two vectors are given, one is A bar, the other one is B bar. How to find resultant? The resultant R is given by the square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. And also we know the resolution of a vector. A vector can be resolved into two components. One, the horizontal component. The other one, the vertical component. Horizontal component will have cos function. The vertical component will have the sine function. Sine function. B bar. If A bar and B bar are taken as the two vectors, then the diagonal will give us the resultant. Diagonal will give us the resultant. So therefore, I will redraw this diagram to understand properly. This is E2 cap. E2 cap. This is O, point of incidence. This is the normal. This is the normal. This one. This is the incident ray. Direction is towards O. So this is the incident ray. Direction is towards O. This angle is theta. And this angle is theta. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. I drawn this diagram slightly modified, rotated. This is A bar for me. This is a B bar for me. What is the total angle between them? 2 theta. With the diagonal, how much angle it is making? Theta. How much angle it is making? Theta. This I will consider it as A bar vector This I will consider it as B bar. Now this is the resultant. If you know parallelogram law first year, very simple. If the two vectors are taken as the adjacent sides of a triangle, adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant is given by the diagonal which is passing through the point of intersection of two vectors. Two vectors. See the direction of the B bar. It is towards O. I will reverse the diagram. I will reverse the direction. If I reverse the direction, this will become minus E1 bar cap. The vector which is having the same magnitude but in opposite direction is called a negative vector. The vector which is having same magnitude and opposite direction is the negative vector. This is minus E1 cap. The resultant of E2 cap minus E1 cap is nothing but N cap. So therefore, E2 cap minus E1 cap is equal to N cap. Diagonal will give us the resultant of two vectors in parallelogram law. Then how to find N cap? Resolve this E2 into two components. In this direction, it is E2 cos theta. Resolve this one in this direction. That is E1 cos theta. So this is nothing but E2 cos theta plus E1 cos theta. Resolving this vector into two components. Because theta is here, this will become cos. This will become sine. Resolve this one. This will become sine. This will become cos. Sine are going to get cancelled. So n is equal to how much? N cap according to the diagram. N cap is equal to E2 cos theta plus E1 cos theta. I am taking magnitude. No need to worry about minus. Therefore, E2 cap minus E1 cap is equal to E2 cos theta modulus plus E1 cos theta. But what is the value of modulus of E2 cap? 1. What is the value of modulus of E1 cap? 1. 1 plus 1 cos theta plus 1 cos theta. That is equal to 2 cos theta. E2 cap minus E1 cap is equal to 2 cos theta. I want E2 cap reflected ray. E2 cap is equal to E1 cap. This will come to that side plus 2 cos theta. Yet not completed. That's why I told concentrate. Very important concept to my knowledge. E2 cap is equal to E1 cap plus 2 cos theta. What is E2? Reflected ray. What is E1? That is incident ray. What is theta? Angle of incidence. I want to write cos theta also in terms of what? Known quantities. What are the known quantities? E1 cap and N cap. If I write that one, final answer over. Final answer over. How to write E cos theta value? See this diagram. This is what? E1 cap. This is what? N cap. What is the angle between them? Theta. Extend this vector. What is this angle? Pi minus theta. 180 minus theta. Now what is the angle between E1 cap and N cap? Not theta. Pi minus theta. We must know basics. How to calculate the angle between the two vectors. If you do not know, now we can know. When the angle is measured between the two vectors, when tail and tail coincides, not tip and tail coincides. Tail must coincide, then the angle between, smallest angle between the two vectors is the angle between the vectors. Once I repeat, how can we calculate the angle between the two vectors? If the vectors is like this, if this is theta, wrong method. Angle between the two vectors is not theta. We can move either the first vector or second vector in such a way that the tail and tail should coincide. Then this angle is the angle of it. Angle between the two vectors. Similarly, in between E1 cap and N cap, angle is not theta. Why angle is not theta? See here. Tail coincides with tip. But when we can measure the angle, move this vector. This tail and tail coincides. Now this is the angle between N cap and E1 cap. That is pi minus theta. Take the dot product E1 cap dot N cap is equal to modulus of E1 cap modulus of N cap into cos of angle. But E1 cap value, here I wrote 1. N cap value also 1. Modulus of unit vector is also 1. Unit vector means 1. This is also 1 into cos pi minus theta. That is equal to minus cos theta. E1 cap dot N cap value minus cos theta. Already told, the angle between E1 cap and N cap is not theta. It is pi minus theta. Substitute cos theta value there. We will get final answer. What is the final answer? So E2 cap is equal to E1 cap plus 2 as it is. Instead of cos theta, what we can substitute? This minus comes to this side. Only minus. That is minus E1 cap dot N cap. Dot product. We know dot product. A bar dot B bar is equal to modulus of A bar, modulus of B bar into cos theta. So final answer, plus into minus. I am writing here. E2 cap is equal to E1 cap minus 2 into E1 cap minus N cap. This is the final answer. This is a law of reflection in a vector form. Law of reflection in vector form. Asked many times, direct formula in competitive examination. Identify the law of reflection in vector form. Directly, if you identify this one, enough. Sometimes they will give here plus sign, here cross product, here 1, 1, here 2, like that. Four options will be given. We have to identify the correct option. Law of reflection in a vector form. Once go through this one properly. Slightly I will explain once again because most important concept. This is the surface xy. ON is the normal. What is its magnitude? It is also 1. I think up to here it is clarity. E1 cap modulus 1, E2 cap modulus 1, N cap modulus 1. What I did now, I rotated this figure to understand easily. Using parallelogram law, I will solve the problem, concept. This entire diagram is rotated. Now this is E2 cap. This is E1 cap. This is N cap. Just previous concepts, parallelogram law. This is A bar. This is B bar. This is the resultant. Resultant will give us what? Resultant is the addition or subtraction of these two vectors. So here theta, here theta. I changed the direction of E1. Initially it is downwards towards O. If I change away, then it will become what? Minus E1 bar. Result of these two, E2 cap minus E1 cap is equal to N cap. But N cap value, E2 cos theta plus E1 cos theta. I have resolved this one and this one. Sin gets cancelled in this direction because theta is here. This is cos component. Cos component. E2 cos theta, 1 cos theta. E1 cos theta, 1 cos theta. 1 cos theta plus 1 cos theta, 2 cos theta. E2 cap minus E1 cap is equal to 2 cos theta. I want reflected ray. E2 cap is equal to E1 cap plus E2 cos theta. I got cos theta value from this. What is cos theta value? E1 cap dot En cap is equal to minus cos theta. Minus. Substitute here. We will get the final equation. Especially for competitive examinations, you are asked to identify this one. It is not asked in PUC. It is not asked in PUC level. It is important for competitive examinations. What is the expression for the law of reflection in vector form? E2 cap is equal to E1 cap minus 2 into E1 cap dot N cap. E1 cap incident ray, N cap normal, E2 cap in the direction of reflected ray. You are asked to calculate reflected. Incident will be given, normal will be given in vector form. Vector form. Much time spent on this one. Once go through, take a screenshot. Law of reflection in the vector form. In the vector form. Now, reflection definition completed, laws completed, deviation completed, how to calculate deviation completed, normal incidence over, vector over. Now take the specific case, mirror. What is meant by mirror? We will discuss deeply. How many types of mirrors are there? What will take place in case of mirror? What kind of images will be formed? Mirror. The mirror is an optical device. Optical device at which reflection takes place. What is a mirror? In day-to-day life also, we stand before the mirror in order to observe our image. Mirror is an optical device at which the reflection takes place. Everything is obeyed. Law of reflections, etc. Mirror consists of two surfaces. It is a device consisting two surfaces. Optical device which consists of two surfaces is called as a mirror. Out of these two surfaces, one surface highly polished, highly silvered, highly polished. The another surface, second surface, reflecting surface. How to understand about mirror? Mirror is an optical device consisting of the two surfaces. Out of those two surfaces, one surface is highly polished. The other surface is a reflecting surface. That device is called mirror. Once again, the mirror is of two types. One, the plane mirror. Next one, spherical mirror or curved mirrors. Another name. Mirrors are of two types. One, the plane mirror. Second one, the spherical mirror. Previously we discussed mirror means how many surfaces? Two surfaces. Out of two surfaces, one surface is polished, painted in our language, silvered. Second surface is the reflecting surface. That mirrors is once again of two types. Plane mirror and the spherical mirror. Plane mirror. The surface is plane. One side it is polished. On the other side, reflecting surface. Plane mirror. One side, polished surface. The other one, this side, reflecting surface. Spherical mirror or curved mirror, it is a part of a sphere. It is a part of a sphere. One surface is polished. The other surface is reflecting. The outer surface may be polished. Inner surface is reflecting. Inner surface is polished. Outer surface is reflecting. We will discuss deeply. So, what is meant by mirror? How to understand the concept of mirror? Mirror is nothing but it is an optical device at which the reflection will take place. Mirror is an optical device consisting of the two surfaces. One surface highly polished, the other surface, the reflecting surface. Mirrors are once again of two types: plane mirror and the spherical mirror. Another name for spherical mirror, curved mirrors. The plane mirror, plane. This is the plane mirror. Two surfaces. One surface, it is polished surface. The other surface, the reflecting surface. Reflecting. Spherical mirror. It is a part of a sphere, not complete sphere. A small portion of a sphere. Here also, two surfaces may be there, out of which one is polished, the other one is the reflecting surface. Either the outer surface is polished or the inner surface is polished. So we'll get two kinds of the spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors. Have the screenshot of mirrors. Slowly we are entering deep into the optics chapter. Geometrical optics, reflection part. We came for mirrors. Before ending this session, almost all time over, I want to do one problem on deviation. Let us consider this is exercise 3 problem in our Chaitanya material. Exercise 3, not exercise 2. Two plane mirrors. Plane mirrors inclined at an angle 90 degrees. Exercise 3 problem to find deviation. Already we know how to calculate deviation. A problem I am doing. This is the first mirror, M1. This is the second mirror, M2. Simple concepts itself. Angle between the two mirrors is 90. Light ray incidence. Incident light ray. After reflecting from M2, I want a deviation. Two reflections takes place. You are asked to calculate deviation after two reflections. One reflection on the first mirror, another reflection on the second mirror. Reflection. Whatever so far I explained on this concept, we want deviation. This is the normal. Theta. normal to the first mirror, that is theta. Light ray is reflected onto the second mirror. Using common sense, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. If this is theta, this is also theta. This is also theta. First reflection, normal to the surface, normal. Now it is reflected back. Second reflection. Here first reflection. Here second reflection. Light ray comes here, falls. I want between this one and this one, what is deviation? Deviation. If this is theta, if you observe carefully, this is a right angle, this is 90 minus theta. So angle of incidence on the second mirror is 90 minus theta. If this is 90 minus theta, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is also 90 minus theta. At second mirror, if this is 90 minus theta, these two are perpendicular. Automatically this angle is theta. Simple geometry. Simple geometry. This is the incident ray. This is the final reflected ray after two reflections. Angle of incidence theta. Angle of reflection also theta. According to law. This is right angle. In right angle, total angle is 180. If this is theta, this must be 90 minus theta. This is the angle of incidence for this mirror. If this is the angle of incidence, this is the angle of reflection. Observe this ray and this ray. With vertical, how much angle they are making? This is also making theta. This is also making what? Theta. If this one and this one are making theta same, they are parallel. Incident ray and the reflected ray are anti-parallel. See the direction. Anti-parallel. Therefore, D is equal to how much? 180. Retraces its path. Angle of deviation 180. Just if you know simple, angle I is equal to angle R, we can solve this problem. Okay, thank you very much. Once again, tomorrow I will continue the mirrors. Have a good day.